the general manager of this hotel, Mr. Fayarda. So basically, this is the main entrance to the hotel, and now please follow me. We're gonna see the general manager and do it.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vijay. It's our pleasure to have you accept our interview invitation. And then there is Annie, she's Lorena, and Maggie. So our interview will be filmed. Is it fine for you?
Absolutely, I agree to that.
Thank you.
Welcome here at this budget, and I'm really happy to answer your questions.
Thank you so much. So the first question we would like to ask is, as from our understanding, Ibis Hotel has a relatively simple organizational structure. Can we know how many people are working in the back office inside, and do the employees report directly to you or to your assistant?
We have 14 members of staff. They work at the reception, the front office, the back office, and they also have a breakfast booth. So 14, including you, 15. Even myself, I work at the front, in reservations, back office, reservations department. 15.
Okay. So you also have assistants to help you with
I have one official assistant, assistant director, but as the hierarchy, as you said, it's really flat in this part. We are really familiar with the friendly atmosphere, and everybody could also take responsibility of some other departments.
Our second question is, how often do you need to report the performance to the headquarters of Ibis?
Yeah, right. At least once a month, but if they request more information,
Why would they usually request more information?
Why would they request?
Yeah, because it's, during the month you work, you get results, and usually you send it at the end of the month, right?
We are a company that's very innovative. In case you implement a new idea, for example, let's take a simple example, like a breakfast takeaway. A few years ago, we had a breakfast takeaway. We just had a breakfast buffet at that time. And if somebody in the chain implements a new idea, for example, let's have a breakfast takeaway for cheap price, £3.95. We first test it in certain hotels, see if it works out, and if it's a good, if it's profitable, if it's a good idea, we implement it on all hotels.
Okay.
And Ibis Budget Zurich, Ibis Budget Zurich was one of them. That is a test hotel, and then they keep on asking every week, how is the breakfast takeaway? What's the feedback of the customers? What's the feedback of the staff? What are the figures? Are you making money? How much is the prime cost? How much is the turnover? Is it worth keeping it? What is the advantage and disadvantage? So those are things that you have to report on request.
I would like to ask, is there any value or beliefs like which is set by the countries?
Well, sure, yes. Every organization, they have a philosophy, they have their own vision, right? Our boss have strong values, a vision that we need to live by, right? I've got here one booklet for you. In that, every member of staff that enters our organization is received, they must read it, they learn about it, and a little booklet about our values, right? And most of our values, well, the main ones, we have many values, right? But the main ones is imagination, spirit of performance, trust, of course also normal ethics and sustainability. And on those values we build our organizational culture, as we call it.
As you said, innovative is also not the norm. So does the company have any activities to encourage employees to follow these values or beliefs?
Activities?
Yes.
Yes, we have real activities where the staff are invited to a special aqua day, and we also have online activities where the staff can post like on Facebook or their ideas, and if someone posts good ideas, they are rewarded for that. Money or gift vouchers. Right? You want me to explain our each value?
I think we can describe it in our terms.
Sure.
I think the leaflet will be very useful for that.
Absolutely.
And as we know, there are over 1,800 hotels on the IBIS group. How do you think IBIS group inculcate the values and beliefs to each hotel? Because it's quite a big number of hotels.
We are about 4,000 hotels as well.
Or 4,000.
But how does one do it? The headquarters provides each hotel and each branch with enough information like those things, like this. No, the information is not enough, but also with meetings. Every general manager, we have meetings after every 3 months. There's also meetings where things like that are discussed. Not only figures and facts and that, but also that it's really important.
What value or behavior do you think budget hotel with the greatest emphasis? Like, what is the main value and entity you appreciate most in your employees?
Exactly the ones that I mentioned. These ones. Right? Imagination, spirit of conquest.
I want to ask about imagination. What do you mean under this? You mean creativity, right?
In German we say, wer nicht mit der Zeit geht, geht. Meaning if you don't go with time, the market will kick you out. Right?
But how you evaluate imagination under? Like, how you estimate?
How we estimate it?
Yeah, like how? I don't think you can actually do it. If you put, because you said imagination is one of the values, so you should see it in your employees, like before you hire them, or during the. Wait, I think what's just
Да, вырежу
No,
потом.
easy, relax.
Yeah.
What's the question? I kind of get your question.
No, because like imagination and creativity are things that you cannot really rate. Yeah, like you cannot measure. So how do you see it in employees? Like, what do you on what to pay attention more when you see it?
And how I measure imagination.
Yeah, like
creativity, that.
Can we just skip this question, please?
No, let's talk about it. It's an important question, really. I mean, with imagination, what do we mean about imagination? It's about, I just said if you don't go with time, time will just kick you out, right? I mean, 20 years ago, my father didn't have a mobile phone, and suddenly I have a mobile phone that's smaller than this glass. And 20 years ago we knew that there's a mobile phone but as big as a luggage, So we didn't know. You need great minds, you need great people that have good ideas in their mind. Do you know some hotel chains that just have great ideas? When you check into a hotel and you're just astonished by the way the lobby was designed, the room was designed. That was made up by smart people, or people with a bright imagination, right? Of course, this lobby right now doesn't look as bright as you have seen other hotel lobbies, but let's have a look at some pictures of how the new IBIS look like, right? Have you compared the uniform of airlines back in the days and today? Developed. Hotel rooms, hotel lobbies, they develop. And how do they develop? With ideas of people, right? How do you open up new frontiers look, looks really cool, right? I mean, who designed hotel terraces like that? It's really creative people, right? Wait, that's not good. Just where's the ice? Where's the ice? Financial economy hotels. Now we come to the IBCs. This is the IBIS red one. Looks really cool, huh? Writing on the wall, fancy stuff. 20 years ago, someone would have said you're nuts. Today, it's art. IBIS styles. You know, all of that is just for the looks. Nobody really needs it. But it's imagination. It's attraction. That's IBIS budget, or really colorful. Right? That's the new IBIS budget. This is the old IBIS budget. The reason why we don't have it yet is it's very expensive. In the end, we are a profit-oriented organization. So you guys understand what I mean with imagination?
To express it in design and style.
Design style is also because there's so many hotels. If you book your holiday, where was the last time you went on holiday? Where did you go?
Last month.
Where did you go?
Oh,
Which one? Where on holiday? Amsterdam?
yeah.
Nice, how was it?
It was fun.
Where did you stay?
We rented an apartment.
Why is that?
Um,
Just why? Why did you rent an apartment and not an hotel?
because you have your own space, I think it's better. And you don't have other people to bother you. I mean, it's maybe service sometimes.
Do you think it's service proper?
No, for example, if you're staying in a hotel room, you have to stay just inside of your room. This is the only space you have. Just alone. But if you have an apartment, you have a kitchen, you can walk around. You can still have your own space, and it's bigger than just hotel.
And when you made your booking, where did you do your booking?
Online.
On booking.com? Okay. Interesting. I'll come to that point in my wife in the last section. I'll come to that point later. Alright, so next question.
Okay, yeah. Do you have any example to show the value at the working place for people?
Example of how we live organizational culture.
Like last time we heard from you that you try to encourage a whole open culture and trust culture in this working place.
Sure.
Do you have any examples to show that employees are really working under this culture?
Sure. We work in shifts. And after early shifts meets late shift meets night shift meets early shift. We have, what's that? Übergabe. I don't know what's the English word for that. What I mean is that information flow is really important, and we take a lot of time. The Übergabe time, the shift change from early to late is 1 hour. So within the 1 hour, you have a lot of time to talk about things, right? Talk about problems that occurred during the shift. The guests made some recommendations, or made some got some wishes they had. A lot of time to communicate. Communication is really, really important, right? We have monthly meetings. We have also meetings at the headquarters. We communicate not only with orally, but also in a written book where you write. So communication is really, really important. And we reward performance. If we reach a goal, like a good average daily rate or high occupancy, we celebrate it. Right? Not only as a high five, as a real celebration. Right? We go out and the hotel pays for it. Right? Not meaning the Christmas dinner, just spontaneously, guys, we've done a great job, let's go out for a beer and the hotel pays for it. Right? You know, really reward achievements. Talk about achievements. We can also talk about failure. Right? One of our values is trust. I trust my staff to make their own decisions. If a guest complains and he wants a refund, just complains about something, I trust my staff to say, okay, you're not happy with the room, here's your whole money back, have a nice day, I'm sorry and have a nice day. Right? I trust them to do that. Some general managers will say, no, you just gave away our money. Right? But I don't see failure as a step backwards. It's never a step backwards, because he made a decision, he helped the person at that moment, in the moment of need. And for the customer, he'll never say no to it. And if it was a wrong decision, we can talk about it. But the important thing is that we learn from our mistakes, and we share our mistakes with the other hotels, so they don't do our same mistake. Right?
So you have a platform to share with other hotels of what mistakes.
Sure. And we also meet with the other hotels, for example, Experience, Styles. We also meet not only in private, but we also do events together. Like soccer events, or those are fun events. But we also have meetings. Like if we, during the summertime, the sun has a really high occupancy. And we are usually really full. So if the other hotels are not full, we overbook ourselves and send the guests to the other hotels. We upgrade them in order for them to reach a higher occupancy. It's really, we have to work closely together.
So you kind of cooperate with each other.
Must. Because we are a company that performs. Performance is also one of our main values. And how can you perform better than before? So if you put up this thing.
Can you please explain the hierarchy of your hotel and of the chain?
The hierarchy of my hotel is really flat.
Yeah.
It's me, the general manager, my assistant, and the team. Of course, I have a governante. She has her team, but that's about it. We all our staff members, they must be able to multitask. They must be working at the breakfast buffet. They must be working at the front office, at the back office, doing group reservations, helping me with administrational work. And I expect everybody to do the same. He'll learn from that. Failure is never a step backwards.
You said you empower your staff and a lot more than other managers, like you said, and you said that all employees can switch jobs. Okay, can we just forget this question?
It's alright. It's good.
No. Okay, can we just?
Okay, I didn't say I empower them more than other managers. I don't know how other managers work. And I tell you what, I don't care how other managers work. I only care about what we do. And I believe, I have faith in what we do is right. Because and how do I know what is right? It's because our figures, the cash flow, it's full of money. Our online reviews are telling us that we're going the right way. And our aqua guidelines are also telling us that we are doing the right thing. So I don't care what other managers do. Do what we do, you know. But the second question was? Job rotation, something? I don't know.
You mentioned something about flexibility of your staff members.
Yeah.
Do you want them to be busy, to find something to do, and can we just keep this question, please?
I mean, of course I want them to be busy because they're getting paid for coming here, you know. They must be doing something eventually.
Okay, can I ask, because the hierarchy is rather simple, do you think because of this simple hierarchy, which encourage you to communicate with each employee and become an open culture in your organization, do you think it is a reason that enhances open culture? Because it's kind of easy for you to communicate with each employee.
And I mean, if the smaller the team,
Yes.
the less people you have to talk to, right? The bigger the team, the more you have to talk and whatever, it gets harder to getting everybody together. As we work in shifts, early, late, and night shift, there are days when I never see our night manager, night auditor. Right? So we'll have to call in a meeting. There's some information that you just cannot pass on by paper. New regulations or new if you have a new working system, just can't tell you, well, this is the handbook and now read it and work with it. You must tell it face to face. You must call in a meeting. Right? During high season, as the hotel is really fully booked, if I want to call in a meeting to get everybody together, but there's always people coming to check in, I have to call in somebody else from IB Styles or IB Screen to cover the reception booth so I can talk to my staff all together. Right? So what if someone is on holiday and he's gone? I only tell half the team and this guy's gone. That's really gets frustrating. So the bigger the team, the more difficult it is. But our team is 50 people. It's alright. It's not bad.
How do you manage to ensure the multinational staff go on with your organizational culture on site?
It's the same thing. How do you manage motivational staff to cope with the organization on site? If not, what would you do with that? Well, every hotel, every organization has certain rules. You know, I mean, you have to have rules in order to live together. You just can't live freestyle. You know? So, but our house rules are just written by our values, by normal common sense, the law, right, and good ethics. And I think there's nothing one may not agree about. I mean, there's things like we don't smoke in the city. So that smoking. Do you have house rules in the place where you live, where you work?
Yes.
Can you name me one maybe?
Yeah, no smoking, no, like, no arguing, cannot speak their true word.
Okay, maybe you have some rules. Do you have some rules in your place of work where you don't agree with, or you say it's kind of strange?
Yes.
Maybe, what's that?
I don't work now. Last year I worked in the hotel and the rule was turn off the lights in every room, so I had to walk around the hotel to turn off the light. But actually they could do it on the reception. There's one button to turn off the electricity. I think this was unnecessary to ask me to do.
Okay, but the point was just saving electricity.
Just
The point of doing it.
I don't see any point of doing this.
Of turning off lights?
Because you can do it at the reception. Like,
Really?
how do you need to do it like that way?
Okay. But they were just trying to save electricity. I mean, the idea behind that, I mean, the way of doing was maybe in your eyes wrong, but the idea behind of turning off lights was saving electricity. You know, I'm environmentally friendly. That's what we also stand for. It's also in the book. We have a program that's called Planet 21.
Regulations also for the employees that when they work, they need to follow this kind of program, like to save electricity when they work.
Sure, why not? I mean, I'm not really, I don't like wasting things. Even though we haven't, I don't like wasting. Why waste? You know, I've lived 5 years in Africa. I've seen people, you know, they would have begged for this glass of water. We just haven't. So why waste it? Because we have been overflow. It's just one of our values. Respect of resources. We're lucky to have everything and anything. You know, we are so capitalized. You know, if you want to buy something, just go online and order it. And if it isn't here in 3 days, you already complain, where's my shoes? Right? Where I come from, if you order something online, you're lucky if it comes to your home, right? So, I mean, You must be respectful not only to your staff members but also in the place where you live, the environment, society. It's also one of our values. Saving electricity, not only saving electricity but also recycling. We really value our environment by recycling properly. Glass, aluminium, paper, wood. It's resources, respect them. And also save some money. Right?
So if all the values you have mentioned, like open culture, communications, sustainable, how are you a role model to educate this value to your staff? These are workers.
Well, as a leader, you cannot just tell people to do it and not live it yourself. If I preach about recycling garbage, but I throw the batteries into the garbage, that's not right. They'll be saying, no, he always tells us to do things, but he never does it himself. Right? I mean, it's not right to do it. You must be a role model. If I talk about performance and achieving goals, I must be a role model and show them how to do it. And also not only showing them how to do it, and also to prove that what we do actually works out.
Do you think it's important for you to show them, like to establish this culture from management position to every employee?
Yeah, sure. I mean, who taught you how to eat? Your father, or your mother.
My parents.
Exactly.
When I was young.
Of course, that's a stupid example, right? But somebody has to show them. I mean, of course, if I hire staff, they will be qualified already with the end. I completely agree. But not every staff is familiar to our values. But it's okay. They can learn. It's alright. It's alright not to know everything. I don't know everything. But I'm happy that somebody teaches me. Like last time we talked about our different departments, and I told them, well, I have every department that is possibly in our hotel chain, but they're not here. We have IT department, we have a marketing department, we have our lawyer, we have our quality department, but they're not here, right? They're in the headquarters. And if I have a question regarding our ventilation system, it's a real big ventilation system, I have no idea, I never studied it, but I don't have to know. I can ask someone, right? Then maybe he can tell me what the problem is, I learn from him, and the next time I will not have to call him again. It's information flow. Okay?
What are the reasons behind the creation of the open culture in organization? And what are the advantages and disadvantages of its implementation?
What do you mean by open culture? What do you mean by open culture? Yes. What do you mean? I didn't really understand the question when you said.
Because last time, as we discussed, you told us you empower your employees to eat when they're hungry.
Wait. No, listen. When they are allowed to eat it, but the camera guy looks sounds really strange. In the context of eating, right? It's like we don't have fixed timing of eating, but staff is allowed to eat here for free. Right? I will never want to see someone hungry, just in case somebody skipped he just came from his late shift and he missed out lunch because he had stress at home or whatever. And when I ask him, how are you? And he's saying, oh, I'm a little bit tired, I feel hungry. I say, okay, before you start work, can we just eat something, right? Because I want everybody to feel comfortable. That's what I meant about the example of eating. Just to get a
we understand. And then they're also allowed to communicate with you when they have any questions anytime?
Anytime. Even if they write me a WhatsApp, I'll reply.
So what reasons behind for you to implement this open culture to your workers?
Okay, now I understand the question. Thank you very much. Thing is, I want my staff to feel very comfortable. I don't want anybody coming here with a feeling of fear, like, oh, today I'm working with this guy or that guy, I don't like working with him, he shouts all the time, whatever. I don't want that. I want people to feel comfortable, real comfortable, as in no problems in there, to be open-minded. And if there's an issue, I Have you ever worked in a place where you were scared because your boss always shouts all the time?
Yes.
I also had. I was shit scared, and after 3 months, I just quit. I said, fuck. Even if I end up poor, I'm not working for this asshole, because if I'm scared every day, what's the point, right? I work my ass off every day, and he shouts at me instead of saying thank you for your work, you know. So I want them to feel free, feel comfortable, and if there's something, let's talk about it. I told you last time that my door is always open, but actually I don't have a door. I just walk in. We don't have, in this hotel, the staff is allowed to use their mobile phones at any time in the back office. Because if let's just imagine you stay at the hotel for 5 hours and you're already thinking about your party tonight, and you're just desperate to go on break because you want to confirm that you're coming. God damn, just go back and say yes, I'm coming, and be happy about it. You know, just feel free and without fear, without just feel comfortable, just like in the family. I don't like hiding things in my family. If they do something, I do it. I tell them, and it's alright. You know, no hiding things, no nothing.
So what advantage do you think it is?
People come to work happy. People feel comfortable, and if they don't hide things. I mean, I've worked in places where it wasn't allowed to eat from the breakfast buffet. So what the staff did, they went into the elevator, eating dinner. What's that? I have to go and hide to eat. That's bullshit. Right? Just talk about it. Just if you want to make a quick emergency phone call, if it was forbidden, they would say, "Can I go to the toilet?" But actually, they go onto the telephone. I want to meet my staff on the same level of respect in any hierarchy, whether it is the cleaning staff, the putzfrau, or my assistant. You know, let's talk like normal human beings with respect. Right? And if there's something, if you have troubles with your family, maybe we can help. But what's really important, that you feel comfortable at work. You come to work and you respect your type of what you do. You know. What I don't like is that there was times when I was ashamed of working for a certain workplace because it had a bad reputation. But I still worked for them, and then I was like, I work for them 9 hours a day, every day, and I feel ashamed telling my friends that I work for these guys. That's not right, you know? But if people really like that job and really love what they do, it doesn't matter what name the hotel carries, they'll be proud, right? That's also a type of advertisement.
And how about disadvantage?
Disadvantage is, in my personal opinion, that if the culture is too open, especially the generation, how do you call it? Generation Y, those young people, like you guys are, right? How old are you? Exactly you. Right? You know, too friendly. Some people don't understand, or they mix up friendliness with weakness. Just because I'm friendly, because I'm a leader that doesn't have to shout. I don't like shouting at my staff. I can tell you that you're an asshole in a friendly way. You're an asshole, and you're getting a Kündigung. I'm now, please leave. No, I'm not doing it. I'm exaggerating. Sorry. I don't like shouting. I can talk with respect. But there's some type of people that don't understand it because they only know that a boss is shouting. And there's a disadvantage about some people that mix up friendliness with weakness. Because they always go like, so friendly, it doesn't matter if I'm late, he'll never shout at me. Alright? Because they don't know where the line of respect is. People here, they do. Because we talk on one level of respect. Right? Shout here. You don't have to shout. Go for it.
Thank you so much.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a better understanding of the topic now. Thank you very much for the intro.
Sure. Organizational culture is all about the way of how we live and work together. and what we do, right? Because as a leader, you have to not only be transparent, but also with transparency, I mean that you have to do certain things all the time, so people know. It's like I gave you the last time the example of church. Everybody knows at what time church starts. You just don't talk about it, you just know. What time does church start? Okay, I don't talk about it, but everybody knows. On Sunday it starts at 10, and some places at 9, but right? What I'm trying to say is that there are some rituals that every culture has, not only national cultures, but organizational cultures. Like everybody knows here when our monthly meeting is. They don't know the exact date, but they know it's always in the middle of the month is the monthly meeting. It's a ritual. It's like, you know,
In their mind already.
it's in their mind. The Übergabe time is always at the same time. The topics that we discuss is always in the same rhythm because it's necessary in order. It's the foundation of what we do. Right? It's the way we live together. We may have a different culture, a national culture, right?